Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Shin Megami Tensei Amala Network podcast. I'm your host Anthony. Before we
I'm
start,
John.
yeah,
I'm Taylor.
and yeah, it's just the three of us because, well, Keith is
Because we record this at 11:30 at night, apparently, for reasons.
honestly we just went on a ramble about life and shit, but that's what we do, and this is why we are here to talk to you about SMT. And our main topic today is about Megaten anime adaptations. Apparently, the person who gave me this idea is Garrett, and he is not here at the moment, so
That's unfortunate.
yes, and I was kind of um, aiming on him to actually, be the guy or the leader in this topic, but I guess since he's not here, I should say something. Just out of curiosity, how many of you guys have watched the Persona movies that have been released? Like,
Not the
there's like,
Persona 3 movies. I've seen Persona 4 the animation.
okay, like I haven't taken an interest into the Persona animations or like the movies in general.
Maybe if they got dubbed, I'd be more interested in them, but I mean, they've already been like localized and released over here, except they haven't been dubbed. And usually, when that happens with an anime, it never gets a dub.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of legal bullshit you have to go through to get it dubbed, and
Yeah, and
yeah,
people don't want to do that. Atlas doesn't want to do that, of course. Uh, yeah. So that's pretty much the main topic today. Um, we have pretty much things to talk about. The speaking about voice actors, the Apocalypse trailer that was recently released. Was it the cast or the character voice cast or whatever it's called? It had a sizzle trailer showing off the voices of Dagda, Asahi, Hallelujah, Gaston, Nozomi,
all the
Toki,
main characters.
all pretty much all the main comrades you would find in Apocalypse.
Who voices Gaston?
God knows. I know people were saying Yuri. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce his last. Yeah,
Lowenthal.
yeah. Apparently he's voicing Hallelujah. And Nozomi does not sound like Laura Bailey, so there you go. Um, I think they got Rise's voice actor from Dancing All Night to do her. I think I'm not sure. So there's that.
So, what do you think of the quality of the voice acting?
My opinion, the quality is top notch. It's like it's amazing. Like I've actually watched over that trailer 2, 3 times because I don't know. I really like the voices. I just want the game to be released.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things that I would want to see if they were to make another trailer. I would like to see the the alliances, the Divine Forces and Monotheism alliance. I don't know what they're. I know Polytheism was renamed to Forces. I just don't know what the Lucifer and Merkaba alliance is. I'm just doing a quick search right now. Okay.
they might just keep it the same.
Honestly, they renamed a lot of shit. Like but they didn't really censor, but they renamed what they thought was suitable for the Western audience.
Well, that's
Uh,
fine with me as long as we're getting the game and as long as it doesn't affect the
I
gameplay.
mean, it didn't. It's literally just a name change that means the same shit. Okay, yeah, monotheism is they're so called that. The polytheism is renamed to divine powers, and then yeah, That's what it is. So I'm just waiting for them to actually reveal Walter, Jonathan, the divine powers, pretty much the voices for those guys in a separate trailer, or like do it like a demon trailer type of thing. That would be nice. Um, yeah. So I'm pretty pleased with the trailer I've seen so far. What I'm not pleased about is, well, I'm not really like salty about it. It's just it really just annoyed me. Um, the fact that Atlas, or no, it was John, the PR manager for Atlas.
John Harden.
Yeah, John Harden. He made several tweets about the release date for Apocalypse.
And that keeps getting pushed back.
That keeps getting pushed back. September 20th, which is the actual release date now. I don't know if they're going to change it. I don't think so at this point, since it's been printed in a flyer already, or a poster type thing. September 20th was the pre-order placeholder date, and that was supposed to represent summer 2016. Now, when I think summer 2016, I think, oh well, summer 2016 would be around this time now, around July.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish, but here's why releasing that game in September is a shithead idea. Final Fantasy 15 comes out September 30th, so that game will get buried.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, I've seen a lot of people on YouTube talking about that. Oh, it's like 10 days before, or was it 10 days before or 10 days after? I forget. 10 days before.
10 days before 15 comes out.
15.
Yeah.
And they've been saying that, oh, you know, it's a horrible idea, or, you know, that would be on my backlog to play this game, because people who are longtime fans of Final Fantasy.
People have been waiting for Final Fantasy 15 for a decade.
Yeah, so
the game has been delayed almost as much as Persona, or hell, maybe even more than Persona 5.
Yeah, so there's that. So there's a priority on gamers' agendas for RPG.
And Final Fantasy is debatably the biggest JRPG franchise in history.
Honestly, yeah. In my opinion, the only Final Fantasy game I've played
close is Dragon Quest, and that's not even a thing here.
Yeah. But yeah, so like that. I mean, there's a lot of problems I find with this, and I know Keith has been telling me, "Yo, that's what I call bad PR." And yes, I have to agree with him, because you can't be leading on a bunch of people saying, you know, there's gonna be a release date. There's gonna be a release date. It's still summer 2016, and then you say it's September 20th.
If I may play devil's advocate, I think Atlas was low-key looking at the release date for Final Fantasy 15, when that would drop, and then probably base part of their schedule in the fall off of that. So there wouldn't be things that conflict, because, real talk, if this game comes out September 20th, it's just going to get buried. It's going to not sell at all.
It's not. And that's pretty bad. The fact that they're treating the mainline like this, too, is... the fact that they decided to give King of Fighters a limited edition, an overblown limited edition, for a fact. There was another one that really didn't need it, and Atlas did it anyways. I'm like, okay, so you do this for all of the games that you don't really own, but you can't do a special edition for the mainline, you know? It bothers me, but at the same time, it's like people have been wanting this to come over for a while, and they thought, you know, they would get something similar to what, you know, the 4 special edition was. I mean, the 4 special edition came with an art book, a CD soundtrack, and the game.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think they waited a bit too long to release it. Like, if it had come out during the summer, if I
didn't trigger them to actually fucking release it, because here's what happened basically. So when I was doing the patch,
I don't think your fan translation had any effect one way or the other. If I'm being
It-
honest.
Well, it kind of did, because he got anal about it on one of the other guys' posts. Like, when he posted the text translation, I posted the GUI translation the day after. The day before, he made an anal post about saying, you know, problems will arise when you start distributing that. And I'm like, we're not making any profit off of it, so calm down. Right?
It shows that people want your game.
Yes, it shows that. And then I made, the following day after, I made a post about the GUI translations, or the final translations for the GUI menu and everything. So I was like, whatever. He commented on it. He's like, oh, you know, now going a luck build. And I'm like, okay, I don't really care. The day after, I think it was on my birthday too, April 15th, he announced the localization. So the day after I did that, which was really weird. At first I thought it was like, oh, this guy knows my fucking birthday. But that's not really the reason. That's not really the reason. But anyways, no, I think it was because our fan translation got to their attention, and they're like, you know, we should actually release it. But why take so long? You know the folks in Japan already had it for a god amount of time, and it didn't occur to you that, you know, you should have actually jumped on that and actually made an announced trailer.
Before.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Knew it was going to come over here.
What? Wait, what?
For Apocalypse release. Communication about the release.
John, you're cutting out.
Note to self, edit this out.
Yeah, you're cutting out. I don't know. Yeah. Packets have been dropped. It's okay. Repeat what you're trying to say.
Okay, what I was saying was, with SMT4, we knew the game was coming to North America before Japan, so Atlas jumped right onto the translation for that game. But with Apocalypse, before we even knew it was coming over here. I mean, for a while, I was worried that it wasn't going to come over here at all, but now it is.
Okay, repeat all that
again.
Time.
Damn it!
Packets have been dropped, my friend.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened with SMT4 was we knew the game was going to come to North America before it came out in Japan, so that shows that Atlas jumped right onto the translation for that game. But with SMT4 Apocalypse, it had already been...
It had already been... Okay, repeat from it had already been.
It had already been a couple months... It had already been a couple, like, several months before, after... No, god damn it.
You can't...
I don't...
Okay, your Tennessee internet just sucks. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just repeat. Can one of you just repeat what I said?
If I can remember.
Too long, didn't read. You're saying that you don't think they focused on concurrent localization, that they sat on it for a bit.
Yeah.
Which might be the case.
Okay. See, that's pretty bad, and I feel like the US division should realize that there's people who actually play the mainline, and the mainline needs to be promoted. It needs to be shown in the West. It needs to have some type of publicity to show that it exists. It shouldn't be on the back burner of all things. It shouldn't be the low priority.
When the only mainstream game journalism press of SMT4 is the Dark Souls of Persona, you might not see the imperative to localize further games.
Okay. Here's what I have to say about that.
SMT4 did decent over here. I mean, it wasn't like a blockbuster, but it did all right.
It did okay. It reached 1 million sales at a point. My problem is just that people are just ignoring what?
Did you say 1 million?
Something around that. It's apparently half of whatever Awakening sold in America or some shit. I don't know. Someone was comparing the numbers to that.
Let's Fiji chart this real quick because I don't think any
I
Atlas
was gonna
game
do.
besides Catherine has hit like
Honestly,
500,000.
no. Honestly, there was. I've been reading something like that. It was a while back though. I'm pretty much. Anything I say now, I'm probably exaggerating. So. But anyways,
Well, I mean, that being said,
Okay,
it's not like
it has hit
SMT.
570,000 globally.
globally.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I mean,
Globally.
that's not terrible.
It's
Which for them is good, but like for comparison, let's say Tales of the Abyss, 810,000.
810,000, and that's a Namco game.
For Fire Emblem Fates, like 1.32 million as of now.
The question is, how much is Tokyo Mirage gonna top SMT4? Is my question. It's on the Wii U too. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
Because I heard it's doing good. I know the Fire Emblem fans like it.
Yeah, it actually sold better than all the Devil Survivors combined.
Yes, which is really sad.
Okay, so it doesn't have like actual global sales here, but just Japan, it's like 6,000.
6,000.
6,000 Japan.
What about 6,000 compared to?
Okay, well this isn't up to date at all. As of now, there are 55,155 for Tokyo Mirage sessions.
Well, I mean, something like that. And the reason why I feel like SMT4 got a little bit of a boost is when they announced that promotion. If you bought SMT with Fire Emblem Awakening, you would get a $30 credit or some shit, and then that could go towards a transaction or DLC for any of the games.
Yeah.
So there was that promotion, which I was pretty much actually happy about because they were using that ad campaign as a way to promote both games in a sense, and I felt like that should have been followed suit for a very long time because it should have been.
I feel like Nintendo in general should have this thing where they push all their games and like you get a game free, because that's the thing that pushed me over the edge for the Mario Kart 8 Wii U bundle was the fact that you get like Pikmin 3 with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I got my Wii U, it came with Super Smash Bros. 4 and Splatoon.
For like pretty much what the Wii U costs now. It doesn't cost anything extra. It's just one price, and it comes with two of pretty much games that you can get. One thing I'd like to know. Well, I mean, your counter argument. There's one thing I want to know about that. Okay, yes, you have ignorant people who didn't want to switch down the difficulty, or you had people who didn't want to put an effort into this game and said, "Oh, this game is so hard. I'm gonna drop it right off the bat." I'm like, excuse me, have you went through the game and actually figured out after the Minotaur boss battle it's pretty much a cakewalk from there? Like, you see, that's the thing. And
Okay, I'm actually going to disagree with you there because most of the people who were saying that sort of thing were new SMT players, and like the way I see it, it's once you've played an SMT game, like once you've gotten the hang of the battle system in SMT in general, it kind of becomes easy.
okay,
So,
yeah,
but that's only if you're a dedicated SMT fan. If you're a new player, it's not going to be like that. Like when I played Strange Journey the first time, which was my first mainline SMT game, it kicked my ass like throughout the whole game. It wasn't until I started playing later SMT games when I actually kind of figured out what to do.
There's one
I
thing
like to draw a comparison here between like Monster Hunter. Like once you get like one of those games. You can pretty much play any of them. That's the same way I feel about Mainline and Devil Survivor.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know what to say. Like, in my opinion, I feel like the game has an easy mode where you could just switch down. It has redeeming factors. This game was made for beginners. This wasn't made to push people away from the game itself. Like, there were so many
You can
things
revive yourself with 3DS play coins. Like, it's
yes,
not that hard.
it's that's the thing. There shouldn't be an excuse as to why you should call this game hard if it was meant for beginners, like, and newcomers. But that's what the game's purpose was made for. And I don't get it how reviewers find that this game is hard as fuck, because there's so much things that, like, there's so much features that you the DLC the
To be fair, they
DLC
don't actually play like hardcore RPGs, so
the DLC
going from like Gen 6 Pokemon to SMT4, that would probably like
okay,
That
here,
suck them.
but think about it this way: the DLC
bullshit.
breaks the game. You can get 99 before, God knows, Minotaur, I think. You can get 99 for, like, just by grinding and all that shit. Like, it's not that hard. Like, if you need to use the DLC to go through the game, be my guest. Anything that will get you into the game, be my guest. Pay to win, type of thing. It's like, honestly, there's so much
Well, I mean,
out there.
you don't have
for
to.
a valid-
You don't have to pay for the game. You don't have to pay for the game to be like that, but they included it.
They
if you were really
included
just that
it.
bad.
Yes, like, there's so many ways like that. That excuse would have been avoided. Like,
The game also gives you an even easier mode if you die twice.
yes, exactly, and and that's apparent throughout the game. There's that. Yeah. There's my thought on that argument. And as to why, like, I feel like now mainline, as for future mainline games, I feel like, I don't know, it's either a hit and miss. Persona 5, regardless, is gonna do well. I don't care, because I know it is. Like,
Persona 5, I'm sure 5 is going to be great.
5 is great. It's gonna be great. I'm hyped for it. But I'm not really expecting anything more from it. Like, it's not a game that it's like, I know it's gonna do well because of the fan base and everybody around it, and everybody praises it for it. But it's like, there's things I feel like Atlas needs to do with the mainline to promote it. Like, there's so much. The mainline has lots of things to offer. Like, I know it has a harder gameplay aspect and everything. It's not like deep on character interaction, but it's a pretty good area for people who just want to really have that hardcore experience with RPGs.
I feel like they could have capitalized on that with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, but that didn't pan out.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2, in a sense, is hard. Trust me, you have the savage encounters that can fuck you up the ass. And that's what I liked about Tokyo Mirage Sessions, the gameplay. Out of everything in that game, even though I hate the anime trope, the fucking gameplay redeemed it for me, because it's like, this is true Mega 10 right here. This shows what the Fire Emblem fans the difficulty that you would expect in a SMT game, which they implemented real good, and I was surprised. Because I think there was one time, because I was playing in Japanese, because I didn't know what this encounter was until I actually fought it, and I was like, am I actually facing, like, level 21 performers, or what are they called? Mirages? No, they're called Mirages. Level 21 Mirages at level 8. You gotta be kidding me. So it's like, and the only way to escape from this is like, if, like, I forget it, it's like a smoke bomb item where you could just and it was like you could get it. It was easy to grind for it. Like you could win a bunch of battles and you would get like a bunch of smoke bombs. Once you activated this item, it was instant escape. So if you were having trouble against the savage barrages, you could just use that item and whatever, you'll be gone. So yeah, that's the one thing I liked about Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and I hope people, the Fire Emblem community actually looks at the SMT games through the Tokyo Mirage lens. So yeah.
But should we go to our main topic now?
Yes, I was gonna get onto that. So, anime adaptations or Megaten anime adaptations. Sorry, I'm actually really out of it. I was tired today. I woke up at 3 or something. No. I went to sleep at 3 and I woke up at 7. So.
Damn.
I'm pretty worn out today. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah.
So I have a list here. Do you just want to go through them individually?
Yeah, if you want. I think Keith also mentioned to talk about Tokyo Revelations, which I've actually watched. I'm just gonna go and say it right now. I've watched the Devil Survivor 2 animation, the Megami Tensei OVA, the Tokyo Revelations OVA, and I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it for the Megaten anime adaptations.
We could also talk about anime Megaten adaptations in the future.
Yes,
and which games we think would work for them.
We could also talk about the Persona animations. I'm all game for that. It's just that I don't know that much about it. If Garrett was here, he would have helped me on it. Like I said, he's not here, so I can't.
This
I
is
can't
actually
really.
his idea.
It was his
I've
idea
seen
too.
them all,
as
so
Anthony said.
I can throw in a good 2 cents on all of this.
Yeah. So yeah, so do you have the list, right? So do you know which one?
Right, so
talk about first.
All right, first one, Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei, the first OVA, which I think you're the only one here who's actually seen that. So.
Oh, okay.
Go.
I can explain about it. All right. So how do I explain this without spoiling it? Okay. So this is
like the HBO synopsis, if you will.
So this OVA is based on. I want to say it's based on the novel. I haven't read the novel, but it's a thin line, or it's a thin border between the novel and the game.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Well, I mean, the novel actually came before the game, so
it's a mixture of the both of them. It's also retro, so it has an old anime-ish style. So I think old Gundam uses that type of animation type. I think, I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's a pretty old. It's pretty dated. So there's that. There's something you guys have to look out for when watching these. This OVA is pretty gory, actually.
Yeah.
The scenes are pretty gory. If you guys are into horror or anything, I recommend watching this at night, because it just really escalates the whole environment of actually watching it at night. I mean, for me, it did. I didn't get any nightmares from it, but at the same time, I really enjoyed it while watching at night. I don't know. A lot of people, I've talked to a bunch of people on Instagram about it. There was a small group of people who actually followed me on Instagram and talked about the Megami Tensei OVA. So there was that, and they were saying, oh, you should totally watch it at night because it's that good. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, I tried getting my friends to watch it. They kind of ignored me though, so that never happened. So yeah, the OVA is pretty great. The ending is solid. And yeah, just give it a watch. It's probably I'd say an hour long. Is it an hour long or 58 minutes? Something like that. I don't know. It's either 58, 60 minutes or an hour long, so it shouldn't be that long. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on the thing, on the OVA. I don't want to say more because it's spoilers.
Gotcha. Next up, we have the Tokyo Revelation OVA, which I've actually seen.
Okay, there's a lot of things.
Okay,
There's a lot of things that go on in this OVA, and I feel like it's disjointed, but at the same time, it has like some overarching cohesiveness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't seen Tokyo Revelations one. I've seen the one that Anthony just talked about, but that was when I first got into SMT, which was like 5 years ago. So it's been a while since I've seen it. However, for the Tokyo Revelations one of my friends who's in the admin chat for another page I'm in, he said it was pretty bad.
It's not that it's bad. It's just that the story has like so much shit going on. It just feels very disjointed because there's so many characters and there's so many subplots in it. And
how long it?
I don't know. It's 2 episodes that are half an hour long each. So.
Oh. Yeah, I find that to be a big problem with OVAs.
It actually can.
Yeah, I find that to be a big problem with OVAs. Just they're too short. They need more time to tell the story that they're trying to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
About that, what the whole storytelling, it's like they can fit so much into like one clusterfuck of an episode and call it a day. But I mean, I totally wish that there was more to it, or they actually made a whole series about it, which would be great, because I would love to see a whole anime adaptations of the first Megami Tensei games, or I would love to see an anime adaptation of Majin Tensei if there was an actual thing, or maybe Devil Survivor 1.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Devil Survivor 1 anime would be awesome.
There's a lot of things that they can do, and I only hope down this line they try to consider it as something that the fans would want. Like, Persona, it's great and all, but I don't think like Persona gets a lot of attention, and obviously people will eat up anything Persona. But if you think about it, like I just feel like there's not that much of an attention for mainline shit, and it really annoys me because it's like there's so much great things that have been even if you throw SMT1 in an adaptation, which I highly doubt what would happen, but it would be great because then people, when you look at the game and when you first play it, it's like literally just cardboard cutout characters. But if you put them in an anime, it's a whole new world if you think about it, which would be nice.
We're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah, that is true. But
okay.
I mean, yeah. What's next on the list?
Both of the Devil Children anime. Have any of us seen any of these?
I think
I have. I saw some clips of it on YouTube, and I'm like, this looks like Digimon, only dumber.
Okay.
That's just what I thought when I initially watched it.
See, that's the thing. I haven't watched it at all, and I don't think I've actually come across that. Like, it hasn't occurred to me that I should actually watch it, but...
Okay, so the first one is 50 episodes, and the second one is 52 episodes, so that is a time commitment.
Yeah, yeah, it is a time commitment for anybody, and I feel like, that's almost the length of a Kamen Rider show. They usually go...
Kamen Rider doesn't go on for 102 episodes, fam.
I thought you said 52. Oh.
52. It's a direct sequel.
Oh, I misheard you then. I misheard you. I thought it was 52. I was like, what? Okay, but whatever. Yeah, that's like Yu-Gi-Oh. That's like a time commitment. Yu-Gi-Oh goes on for 130 plus episodes. But yeah.
It's gone on for like 600 episodes.
What, the original? I think the original did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original
I
did that. So.
Jesus Christ. We don't need mini rant. Shonen anime don't last for fucking 700, 800,
Okay, here's the
Exactly.
reason.
400-ish episodes.
Here's the reason why they do it. Because
Money. I know. I get that.
the money is
I get that.
being made. If they're gonna leave shit on a cliffhanger, they're gonna do it because money is. It's there. It's being made.
Yeah, but if it runs for, but that doesn't change the fact. Like, if it runs for that many episodes, it's just gonna get stale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean.
And then there's like.
Bleach.
Say there's something with like. Naruto's example of this. There's like 500 episodes, and like.
And there's shit ton of
200
filler
of them
too.
are maybe filler.
Yeah, a bunch of filler.
Yeah. I mean. It's whatever. But the Devil Children, they're what? 152 or 102? I don't know.
102.
102. Okay. I think I could watch that if I put my mind to it, but yeah, I don't know that much on the Devil Children stuff. I mean, Keith would be the go-to person for this if he was on right now, but he's busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's everything, or is there more to it? I'm pretty sure there's
Devil
more
Survivor 2.
No, we're going to move on. Going through this list, through all the Persona stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, Persona Trinity Soul.
Haven't watched it, heard it was good.
I've heard mixed opinions on it.
I watched maybe 10 episodes of it. I thought it was pretty poor. Yeah.
You thought it was... I don't know. I heard from people that it was good, but I haven't actually watched it to like.
As someone who has watched it, it's very, very dull. You don't care about the main characters at all on that. Like, you'll like Akihiko, but he shows up for maybe 4 episodes, 5. Okay. But that's it. That's the only recognizable character.
You mean the boxer?
Yeah.
Oh my god, really?
That's weird. Because in this, and now it's canon because of P4 Arena and Ultimax. Oh. He goes on to become a cop, and he's... I don't know, I don't really want to spoil it, but he has a presence in it.
Okay,
so, like, tie into Persona.
Okay.
I mean,
I said, like, your
stuff. But it's the thing about Trinity Soul is it's not really an adaptation, it's actually a sequel to Persona 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be Persona 4 in spirit.
Yeah.
But it's not. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So yeah, Trinity Soul, haven't watched it. Probably watch it to see my take on it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, next on the list we got Persona 4, the animation.
Haven't watched it. John, go full force on this.
I actually saw Persona 4, the animation before I played Persona 4.
Same here.
Because I just played Persona 3, and I downloaded Persona 3 on the PlayStation Store, but I didn't have a PS2, and Persona 4 wasn't on there, so I'm like, well, I want to experience Persona 4, but I don't have any of the stuff I need to play the game.
See, so I had the game, but I didn't have a PS2, so I just watched this because I figured this is the next best thing.
Yes, so I watched it, and I mean, it really wasn't that memorable. I mean, I don't remember it being horrible, but I remember just watching it, and then I just kind of forgot about it. This was 4 years ago.
The thing about it feels serviceable, but like the plot of Persona 4, just in general, isn't all that deep. So it feels like it's going nowhere.
Yeah, the animation just felt like a slightly watered down version of it.
Yeah.
So,
and then the movie was like the actual real ending to Persona 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another episode.
Now, just a question. Does Golden borrow any of the elements?
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay. Because I haven't played Golden, I don't know what it's about. So, like, I'm not sure if the animation ties into it at all. So
We'll get to that when we get there.
okay, all right.
Okay, next up, Devil Survivor 2, the animation.
Now this is what I've watched. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, what does it have? 13 episodes?
Yes.
Okay, so
I watched
13.
this while it was being simulcasted, and I thought it felt. I wouldn't necessarily go with the route they went with it, where,
Yeah,
I mean, spoilers for a 3-year-old anime, everyone dies.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was. I mean, it was kind of an adaptation, but they took a whole lot of liberties.
Yeah.
Like, I'd almost say it was completely different.
yeah. The one thing I really didn't like about it, it's like they were showing the side. It was like in the game, because there's ways that the characters can die. It's just based on your whatever you do, your actions in the game.
Yeah, and like the choices of
Yeah, so I
FBK in this didn't really affect anything. Everyone just ended up dying anyway.
yeah. I think there was a similar option. So like I think when the main protagonist would do something in a scenario that was similar to the one found in the game, it ended up being bad,
Yeah.
which was really just it kind of just pissed me off because it's like that's not what's I was watching the show and I was like, this is not supposed to happen. Why is this happening? You guys are doing shit wrong. What is
This
this?
isn't Game of Thrones.
Yes.
It's Devil Survivor, fam.
It's like no, this is not supposed to happen. And I've been cringing the whole time playing or watching this thing. And I was like, because I played the game what a lot of times. Like it's my first Megaten game. I know it like from heart. It's just that this is not supposed to be there. This is not supposed to be there. This demon got like less airtime than this demon. What is going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the fact that the budget was really small for this and they could only fit it in 13 episodes was kind of sad because I would love to see more of it. I would want to see a whole expanded version of this. Like that's.
I think it was. I think it was too short.
Yes,
like
it was,
the pacing just felt really awkward in some parts.
Yes, it did. It did feel awkward. And when it came down to the one thing I do like about that anime though is probably the ending and the music selection for it. But other than that, it's I was somewhat disappointed. It's not like I hated it. I was just disappointed in the ways that they did things.
Most of the fans hate it.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people hate it. It's like the fact that this anime adaptation was to promote the game, it did it in a horrible way. So it kind of
as a hardcore Devil Survivor 2 fan, like I like the anime, but I don't like the choices they made with the plot.
Yes, exactly. That's
literally
the same thing
less
with me.
Train wrecky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see what it would be. I just want to know what it would be like to watch that without playing the game, to just see what a person who hadn't played the game's perspective on it is.
Yeah, I should really just I should probably give it to, or maybe I should recommend it to people who watch anime, just for the sake of it. What do you think about this, right? Is it top tier quality or is it just shit? Like, right? Type of thing. I will say right away, like, this is based on a video game. Oh, another anime adaptation, totally unrelated, Danganronpa is 13 episodes also.
See, I've never played those games, but I felt the pacing in that worked a lot better than in this.
Even though they had a small budget for that anime was great. Like, I watched everything. It was pretty solid. Like, it was down to the point, and it explained the scenes of the first Danganronpa game, really well, and I really liked it. Yeah.
I haven't played or seen Danganronpa, but from what I've heard, the fans also say that the anime adaptation is garbage.
Okay, That's a lie because
However,
I can't even get into the game. Like, or I actually that anime did not motivate me to play the game.
To be fair,
however-
you don't like visual novels to begin with, so that
Yeah,
might
that's
be
true.
I
a
will
contributing
say
factor.
that some of my friends who don't really play a lot of video games but watched a lot of anime said that the anime adaptation said that it was pretty good. So I'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
But I just feel that with adaptions, the fans of the original will just get mad when it doesn't exactly follow what it's
Yeah.
based on.
And I mean that
I
was,
disagree because, well, and this isn't an anime adaptation, but let's take The Witcher or Game of Thrones, for example. Like, you can take the source material and stay pretty on point to it and get a good screen adaptation. You just have to like have a budget for it.
yeah. And I think that's the main problem with anime adaptations from video games is all with the budget. What are they gonna do when they plan out the story? Okay, you know what? We're gonna take the original source story, then modify whatever we can to shorten it up into this amount of episodes and push it out there, type of thing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's just that with Danganronpa they did it better. Well, if you compare the two, because they did it in the same amount of time span that they had, they explained everything, and it was genuinely better because it was actually most of the scenes were true to the game from what I saw. Like when I looked up gameplay of the game, it's pretty much the same or whatever I saw.
Yeah, like the death scenes are straight up lifted from
Yeah.
the game.
They're like literally from the game, so I just love the way they implemented it. But yeah. And what's next on our list?
Persona 4, the golden animation.
Wait, so there's two different animations?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Do you even want to talk about this?
I really just don't see the point in Persona 4 Gold in the animation.
I agree.
It's
I mean, it's a condensed version of the Persona 4 anime, and
it has
adds,
Mari
like
in
the
it.
golden stuff.
And so that's pretty much the only reason they made it, so they can include Mari in it.
Yeah.
It's
More
just,
like-
what's the point?
More like milking all night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it's down to the.
And then the Persona 3 movies, which I've seen none of because I was waiting for all of them to come out before I binged it.
Yeah, I haven't seen them either, as I said earlier.
Yeah, the same thing with me. The only person who would probably know more about it is Garrett.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch them eventually. I'm just not gonna jump.
See,
I just
that's-
haven't jumped on board.
See, that's the thing. I am so time consumed with things. I don't think I would have the time to. I might just watch it just like randomly one day. Like I'll pick up I'll stream the movie if I'm bored, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, oh well, right?
I'm going to pirate these tonight, and the next time we do one of these, I'll give my thoughts on these.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I might do the same. I think I tried watching one of them. Like I tried streaming them off a website, and then
Like Netflix randomly has the
traffic
second
happened.
one in America.
Yeah, it's like,
for some
why
reason.
would they have the second one but not the first one?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
That's
why?
what I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So is that everything on our list, or that's it?
That is everything, unless there's like some obscure like SMT9
Now
OVA that
Keith
no one's
will
ever
know
heard of.
There-
more about that.
There was an anime trailer for Persona 2, but I don't know. I don't think that was a trailer for like an anime adaptation. I
No,
think
no,
it was
no,
just
no.
an anime style trailer for the game.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I guess since our main topic is out of the way, we can move on to the questions. So what have we got?
Let's just do those two that actually pertain to this and not talk about pregnancy because I feel like
Jeez. Okay. It's all right.
Well-
It's all right. We'll,
Okay, hold on.
that's
Before
a
we
little
get to
off
questions,
topic.
well, wait, guys. Okay, before we get to questions, do you think we should talk about which SMT games we think should get an anime, or which ones it would work for them and stuff?
Yeah, we should actually. That's something to talk about. Okay, yeah. So, like I was saying earlier, Devil Survivor 1.
Yes.
Um,
If anything, that
please.
needs to be
that needs it the
an
most.
imperative. Wait, would you want
Hopefully,
like vanilla or would you want overclock?
see the
Well,
logical
it
answer
depends.
would the logical answer would be to go with overclocked if everything falls into place.
Well,
However,
it really depends on which ending they go with.
yes.
Yeah.
I know Devil Survivor 1 has a manga adaptation which I haven't read, but I've heard
Certain characters
is it
die.
finished yet?
No, it's not finished. And
Okay,
the
because
only guy who would know about this is Jordan Alves.
okay, because I've heard that the most likely ending they're going to take is Naoya's ending.
Oh, really?
Okay, that's okay. I can see that happening. Like the endings are not that bad. It's just that I think it was Yuzu's ending, which was the shittiest one of all.
Yeah.
God forbid they go if they were to make an anime adaptation. God forbid they go with the fucking.
I think if they make an anime
Yuzu.
adaptation, they're either going to go with Jin's ending or Naoya's ending, and I hope they go with Jin's ending.
Yeah,
because
I like
Naoya's ending.
I like Jin's ending the most. It's actually my first ending I've gotten for that. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, because I don't like Naoya's ending, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Devil Survivor 1 for sure. How would you guys feel about an SMT4 anime adaptation? Considering that Apocalypse's trailer has anime cutscenes, how would you feel about that? Just your opinion. Would you feel like the main line would deserve an animation? Sorry.
I feel like mainline deserves an anime adaptation, but not with 4 because most of the characters in 4 are kind of just there. They serve no real purpose.
Yeah, I don't see 4
so you don't have
for
like
an anime.
Okay.
characterization.
All right.
And
I agree with you because after playing Final and 4, I can conclude that the characters in the game are put in there with pretty much a reason just because to be there. Like they just exist just because.
Yeah.
Of thing. And I mean, the older Megaten games, it was always about Kaneko, and it was literally just a Kaneko cozy baby type thing. And yeah, like you were talking about earlier, John, about the Persona 2 animated or somewhat proposed anime that they were gonna make, that looked promising. When you looked at it, that looked really promising. But now it's kind of like, oh well, they decided not to go with it.
Yeah, Persona 2 would have worked great for an animation.
Yeah, it would have.
I feel the same way about like if they did one for Digital Devil Saga, but that ship sailed.
Yeah, like a couple years ago, there actually were some rumors going around that Digital Devil Saga was getting an animation, and I'd like to see one because I think honestly, Digital Devil Saga would translate well into an anime, but
honestly,
I mean,
like
unlikely.
The fact I've seen a lot of detailed descriptions when Kaneko drew the characters, like he included the descriptions, and he was really detailed on pretty much most of them, and I hands down, like Digital Devil Saga would have been a great anime because of just the effort they put into the characters. Like they all have a meaning. And pretty much the PS2 games and I want to say some of the SMT SNES ones, they do have a meaning. Most of them do. Some people like to argue the fact that since it's an older game, it's like, oh, you know, they don't have a meaning, or you know, they're just boring and
counter argument. Another game on Super Nintendo that would have made a great anime, Earthbound.
We're not talking about that. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if an older game just
How
like
how
is
how how would
worthless,
how would they
like SMT 1 and 2,
how would
then
how
by
would
the
they
same token,
animate
Earthbound would be bad.
how would they animate Gygas?
Okay,
They just
we're
do it.
gonna. I'm gonna cut out this thing right here. I want you to look at something because this is how I feel. This Earthbound should be animated. Let me just pull up this thing. Like, just imagine an Earthbound anime just exactly like this. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
It's so dark, but yet at the same time it's jeez, it's crazy. Uh, hmm.
So when are we gonna get back to
Okay, so back on
podcast?
topic.
Okay, yeah, all right. Back on topic. About your counter argument, yes, that will work. I just don't know. Like for me, I'm not an animator, so I don't know how I would implement the idea. So somebody did it, great. Yeah, SNES games. Yeah, there's a lot of people who kind of feel like, oh, they keep saying the cardboard cutout term, which in a sense they're true, but it really, when you look at it into it deeper, there's more meaning to it. Like, there's a lot of people who think that, what was the one girl, Beth from SMT2, best girl, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people will argue the fact, oh, well, she's just a cardboard cutout. She's nothing compared to Isabeau. I mean, Isabeau is a shit character. I would take Beth over Isabeau, to be honest, just from what I'm hearing about Beth.
Yeah, I do not like Isabeau.
Like, Isabeau's character is really, really bad. She's really dry. Like, half the time
Maybe
she's
put in perspective, the dog from SMT1 has more character development than Isabeau and SMT4.
okay. All right, if you want to be savage about it, go ahead.
I'm not being savage about it, I'm just being honest here.
But like, that's the thing. Like, that's the one thing I really hated. Like, a lot of people just say Isabeau is the best girl because she's just a neutral. She's strictly
She's like
just neutral. So she was
She's the only girl. That's why they say she's the best girl.
yes, and it really annoys me. I mean, why not say Isabeau? No, why not say Nozomi is the best girl of the game? Oh, because she's a sprite. I thought Nozomi was the best girl of the game. Everybody said, oh, well, she's just a sprite. She doesn't mean anything. I'm like, you have something. Like, just because she's a sprite doesn't mean that she's not the best girl. She's got a godly she's got a godly voice actor for starters. And there's more interaction with her and Flynn within the game. Like, you could pretty much ship those two together. I shit you not. With the events in the game, hands down. I'm not sure if that was spoilers, but Taylor, are you triggered?
No?
Okay. You didn't think that was spoilers at all, right?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay, good, because I mean, you're not finished the game yet, so it's like.
I mean, I've encountered Nozomi multiple times in that game.
What do you think about her character?
I mean, she's kind of just there at this point. I'm at because
Well,
I'm
once you get into the final quests with her, you'll figure out that she's more than just a challenge quest character.
Gotcha.
So there's that. I mean, there's like the first two, you'll be like, oh, she's just a side quest character. Who gives a shit, right? But you'll figure it out.
Hopefully,
Gotcha.
Apocalypse explores her character more, which I'm
Yes,
sure it will.
It will for a fact, and I hope they acknowledge. I hope Flynn acknowledges the past memories, or, well, I mean, she's a total different character in this game. and I hope that they reference, the challenge quests that Flynn had with her, which would be nice in my opinion. So yeah, is that everything? I mean, I can't think of anything else that would need an adaptation. So
No, not really.
yeah.
I mean, in an ideal world, they would do a Log Horizon or Sword Art Online with SMT Imagine, but
Rip SMT Imagine.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess we could just move on to the questions. All right, so ignoring the off-topic ones.
Let's start with
Wait.
Lucas.
No, Jerry had a question, but it's not that. It's not the. Do you always take pictures of donuts? I always do that because it will get attention. Anyways, so not sure if this has been asked, but release date predictions for SMT Apocalypse September 20th. Or wait, release date predictions. Um, right before it's right before the start of autumn. So releasing it then is almost too late for summer 2016.
No, it's still technically summer on the 20th.
Okay. If it's raining or if it's cold as shit on the 20th, then they've been lying.
You live in Canada. I live in Georgia. It will still be hot.
Okay, well,
and sunny and cool weather.
All right, whatever.
Canada's not indicative of the rest of the world.
K. Enough with that. Anyways, Jamie asks, where can...
I'm going to cut this question out if you answer it, so...
2 words. Tim Hortons. And also come to Canada. Alright. Lucas's question. What is you... what is you guys... Okay. I will get this question anyways. Favorite dream in terms of SMT animes. Mine is a trilogy, duology, movie adaptation of Devil Survivor 1. And I like the Persona 3 movies. And do you guys think after Final or Apocalypse 4 have even... Oh. Well, we kind of just covered...
answered this.
Yeah, we kind of just...
we already talked about it.
Yeah, so pretty much we literally just answered your question in the podcast, so yeah. Yeah, here you go. Jamie asks, or his second question, what crossovers do you like to see with the SMT series?
Fire Emblem?
More Fire Emblem. Yes, that's
Doom.
Great.
Doom.
Okay, Doom. Alright.
Yeah.
Doom.
Doom
Crap, I fucked up my...
SMT Strange Journey? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
it could work.
Doom.
Or hell, even just a Doom mod, like replace Doom guy with the Strange Journey guy, and just to replace the demons with SMT demons, and I'd play the shit out of that.
Would you want this mod to be in Doom 2016 or the first game?
Well, I'd like
Or
it to
Doom
be in
2.
2016, but it's not very likely. I'm sure it's easier to mod the older ones.
It is.
I'm just gonna talk out of my ass right now and say SMT Cross Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy.
That's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen, but I'm talking out of my ass right now, so I can't think of shit.
SMT cross Pokemon.
SMT Cross Yokai Watch.
No. Now you're
SMT cross Digimon.
Devil Children
That's
cross.
kind of what Cyber Slew was.
No. Devil Children cross Digimon.
No. Okay. SMT Cross Mother.
Okay, yes, I would agree with that one. I would be.
Work.
Yeah, that would work. The themes are the exact same thing in my opinion. It's just that Earthbound is like, or Mother is like light heart, and then it kind of just
until it gets
goes down the hills gradually to the edgy dark areas. So yeah, that's our crossovers. So Keith is like, yeah, talk about Tokyo Revelation. We got that. Also, the English dub is written by the voice actor who does Balfu's VA. I forget this guy. Isn't that the guy with the glasses
It's
in Eternal
the guy with
Punishment?
the yellow coat, and you talk to him over the internet and stuff in Persona 2.
Yeah, Eternal Punishment.
And he's Taiwanese.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Keith, I don't think we actually. Oh, so the voice actor for that, the Japanese voice actor. Oh no, that's the English dub. What?
Yeah, I said the English dub is written by the voice actor who does Baofu's voice acting.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Tokyo Revelation has a dub? I didn't know that.
I'm really fucking confused.
Okay, he says, make sure to talk about how Tokyo Revelation is an adaptation of the manga called Tokyo Revelation and not Digital Devil Story. Also, the English dub is written by the voice actor who does Baofu's VA.
I didn't know there was an English dub. I've
Neither
only
did
seen the
I.
Japanese.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Okay, Keith, if you're listening to this right now, you're gonna link me the English dub to this. Anyways, question from him again. What is your favorite entry that is in mainline? Not Persona,
Devil
that's for
Survivor
sure.
1.
Devil Survivor 2.
Devil Survivor 1 for me.
Alright, so there you go. There's our
There's our consensus.
yes. It's either Devil Survivor 2 or Soul Hackers. Soul Hackers would be the second option. So what is your least favorite thing about SMT? Least favorite. I think I posted about it. I think I posted about this a while back in the group. It had to do with level.
Having like your levels up and decrease.
Yes, and you're losing all your bonus stats pretty much.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yes, so that happened in the older games, and that was one of the main barriers why I was delayed on finishing Megami Tensei 1, the remake. So, despite that, it was still it was a game that was playable, even though it was really fucking annoying and like the encounter rate was just up the ass. I spent countless times grinding and all that stuff. And usually I would try to avoid certain demons who would try to sap your level away. So I would just escape from those demons and be like, I'll face like other demons to.
Other than demons, that the other thing that's super annoying are demons that like steal Maka.
Oh, so the Maka beam bullshit.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I haven't really encountered a problem with Maka because I always felt like the fact that I never really, in the older Mega 10 games, I don't bother too much on buying items. I bother, like, because I'll make back the money, and that's apparent in Strange Journey because Maka Beam is in Strange Journey. However, I grind it to the point where it's like I've made a lot of money that I'm not afraid of losing it, type of thing. Like I can make it back if I really wanted to, and that's
See,
why
I feel like
Maka Beam doesn't.
SMT4. I feel like SMT4 with its Maka Beam, like that game was super stringent on the amount of Maka you got in that. So that was infuriating whenever it happened.
I mean, in SMT4, I haven't really experienced too much about Maka Beam. I mean, I haven't
It's the
really,
worst.
I haven't really prolonged a battle with a demon that.
I never encountered Maka Beam when I played
Yes.
SMT4 the first
And that's
time.
why I didn't know about its existence, and a lot of people were telling me, "Oh, it does exist in 4," and I'm like, "What?" I didn't know. I haven't experienced it, so I wouldn't know, right? So, there's that. So yeah, I guess that's John. What's your least favorite thing about SMT?
Well, for me, it would be when they get the mythology wrong. Like SMT gets I think SMT as a whole handles mythology very well, but it just bothers me when I see they get little details wrong. Like, for example, there's this one side quest in SMT4 where that involves this Hindu god of destruction. I think his name is Kartikeya or something,
Yeah,
and he holds a spear.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Kartikeya. Yeah.
Yeah, when you talk to him, he says that he talks about his brother Ganesha, and then he says Parvati, who's his mother, cut his head off. But in the story, it was actually Shiva who cut his head off.
Ganesha is the elephant one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the elephant. Okay, yeah. So so wait. He was saying that Parvati cut Ganesha's head off.
Yeah. The way the story goes is Parvati was in a bathhouse and she asked her son Ganesha to guard it. So then Shiva wanted to get in, but when he wouldn't let him, he got into a fight and he cut his head off.
That doesn't happen in SMT4, or?
No. I'm saying that's how the story goes, but that's not what he talked about in the game.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, that's really weird how they didn't mention it. Which is that's. Wait, isn't it when he just ran away from home and he was kind of like, you would have to undergo like a battle with him or something?
Yeah, I don't
something
remember.
Like that.
But
something
I remember
like that.
He mentioned that, and I'm like, well, that's not how the story went.
That's not how the story went. Yes, and I can vouch for that because I've watched a lot of iterations of the whole Ganesha story and how his head was chopped off. Like, there's so much ways they've or the Indians actually really portrayed it. Like, there was one time where I think they had like a guest party or something. Parvati invited all her friends, and Shiva invited everybody to see his son, really, right? Which was Ganesha at the time. And I think one of the guys there were like cursed with some evil spirit within him. And when he went up to actually take a look at Ganesha, he pretty much burnt off his head with his eyes or something like that. I don't know. Like, think about Superman's laser beam eyes for a second. So that's what happened, and they're kind of like, oh, Parvati started crying, and then Shiva just went out and found the head for him. And yeah, that's how it literally just went off from there. There's so many ways it's portrayed, it's ridiculous. But
yeah, and also it's the classification system with the demon races and stuff. Like, you have them divided into these races depending on what their roles in mythology are.
Yeah.
But they just mess that up so many times. Like, there's this one fallen demon that you can get in Devil Survivor 2. I can't remember what his name is, but he's got like a chicken for a head and he's got snake feet, and he's holding a shield and a sword. It was Abraxas or something.
I remember that. I remember.
Yeah, in Gnosticism, he's actually a creator god deity. So I would expect him to be extremely powerful. Yet he's like a level 15 fallen. It's like, what's up with that?
There's a lot of things I've seen in Hindu mythology. Oh, actually, there's something I can relate to that. In Devil Survivor, Saraswati is a level 20, I think level 20, Megami race. She's a level 40 nymph race in the main line. Why? Why is she not Megami in the main line, but she's Megami in the... It really doesn't make sense. She is a goddess regardless in the mythology, because she's a goddess of knowledge. So I don't see why.
Yeah. She should not be a nymph. She should be a Megami.
Things like that kind of just really ticked me off. Oh, also, in Devil Survivor, Hanuman's weakness. He's weak to He's weak to wind, but he's the son of the wind god Vayu. How does that work?
Yeah.
I honestly don't
By
know.
being a disappointment to his father.
Okay, no, that's not the point. That's not the point. They added a weakness that wasn't supposed to be there. They corrected it in SMT4, but once again in SMT Apocalypse, they put back the weakness on him, which really pissed me off because I was like, "What are you doing? You're just ruining the the purpose of the demon, or the purpose of the it doesn't match up to his biography, which really bothers me. There's things that really tick me off, but honestly it is what it is. I can't really do anything about it.
Well, most of the time they get the mythology right. It's just when I see little things like that just trigger me a little.
Yeah, they do for me. I mean, it may not matter to some people, but people who are like into the mythology and all that stuff know.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Lisa asks, she says, I have an interesting question, but I'm sure they already made one for what I'm thinking. What if they made a mobile game for Android or iOS to collect demons and pretty much do what KH Unchained does? And KH, I mean Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, so they don't need to do that because Pokemon Go.
Yeah. It would be like SMT Go.
It'd be just redundant and derivative at this point.
They would have to reuse assets from Imagine.
I mean, yeah, I don't really see how that would work with any games.
Yeah, they would, in my opinion, they would use Imagine's assets and the type of
Why
MMO.
Imagine's assets?
Because Imagine is an MMO, and I feel like most of today's mobile games.
Imagine has some pretty janky assets there.
Well, I mean,
if you don't
okay, well we'll use modern ones, but I just the point of view of Imagine as an MMO, they would use the inspiration from there and try to apply it to the mobile gaming market type of thing. Because most of the games are all multiplayer on the mobile shop, so that's something to think about. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
So that's everything, right?
Yep, that's everything.
Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion on the main Megaten anime adaptations, and hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said,
and as always, if there's like any problems with the group, just send us a message.
Yeah, just hit us up. Yeah, type of thing. We'll gladly answer your questions. Try to improve the group to our best ability. I'm also working on
inviting new members.
Yes, do that. We also changed the group to public now, so everybody will see it. Doesn't matter. We'll just grab everybody in. So yeah, thank you guys for.
We might change it back at some point, but for right now, we want it to be public so that as many people as possible can see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'll be working on that survey, so just grab the general consensus of the group. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yep, have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.